UBrain TV interviewed Ratri Starto and other representatives of Asian Cities Climate Change Resilience Network, or ACCCRN, from Indonesia, India, and Vietnam. Please tell us about the work the Rockefeller Foundation is doing with ACCCRN around water.
Sure. So the Rockefeller Foundation has been supporting the Asian Cities Climate Change Resilience Network for 5 years now, over 5 years now. And we're really proud of that network and how it has developed and the work that they've done to actively build resilience in second-tier cities in 4 countries in Asia. And by building resilience, we mean really taking a multi-sectoral look at the city, how it's growing, looking at who's vulnerable, and then what are the likely impacts of climate change, and how can the city be made to grow in a more resilient fashion. Sometimes that means working on water issues, sometimes it means looking at flooding and flood mitigation approaches. So for instance, in Da Nang, the city government is looking to integrate sea level rise projections and advanced hydrological studies into its land use and urban development plan so that it can mitigate the effects of future flooding. Also in Da Nang, the Women's Union is working to develop storm-resistant housing, particularly targeted at female-headed households, which are sometimes the most vulnerable, and looking to strengthen housing so that the impacts of flooding and typhoons are less. In other places, it's more squarely within the water sector. So for instance, in Indore, a growing city in India, they're looking at conjunctive water use, and that's using lower quality water for lower quality uses, often industrial uses, construction uses, because the city is growing so fast, you need a lot of water for construction. That water doesn't have to be clean drinking quality water, and so they're looking at ways to build community involvement and acceptance of conjunctive water use, which really might be the way of the future. They're also looking at restoring traditional lakes and tanks within the city, or ponds within the city, for emergency water use during periods of drought, but also making that water accessible and clean for poor households.